about what, a little bit, around about 17, 18 minutes earlier than what I had scheduled for. So, because we still at the park, and I think I'm gonna be headed in real soon. So, just going to see about getting this camera straight here. Okay, so I'm hoping y'all enjoying y'all little holiday here. See what's up. I'm gonna go ahead and shuffle in some energy and see what's going on. Just get the current energy of what's going on, what you all need to know about, um, what to look out for, especially those of you maybe had caught the earlier live. Just to see what's what. I just wanted to make sure the messages got out as far as what needs to happen. I'm seeing the Ten of Cups here as I'm about to shuffle, with the Ten of Wands right up under it. I feel like there may be an energy. Some of you may have some family issues going on that may be a burden. And you may even be looking for some help or some consultation in that area. If you need to book a personal reading, definitely get with me in the description box. Everything is set up below for what's what. So just kind of go from there. But I really wanted you all just to kind of, take a look at the energy, how you're feeling. And let's go ahead and let's pull some cards and see what's what. Okay. What's this? The Six of Swords. So some of you may be thinking about moving away, leaving a situation behind, leaving some things behind, maybe even moving so that you can take a child, out of a situation. Some of you may be having custody or visitation issues, maybe, because like with the Six of Swords, it's just it looks like one person and a child, an adult and a child. Could be females, but also just could be the child is young and they're covered, and at the same time the adult is covered, but maybe moving away from a situation so that the child may be protected. Some of you may have children that are not telling you everything that's going on. You have the Ace of Cups in reverse. Some of you may have children that may not be telling you everything that's going on or that has went on in a connection. And today these kids are different. These kids aren't like back in the day. This is a whole nother era. You know what I'm saying? So they're a lot more outspoken, and a lot of them know they need to be quiet because somebody may honestly get hurt. Like, a predator, a child predator, what they tell their children. They be like, well, if you tell such and such, I'm going to kill them. Or they're going to go to jail. Or they're going to get in trouble. These kids today, they know how to think outside of a situation. So like, if something has went on, oh no, I know I can't tell my mama that. I ain't gonna be able to tell my daddy that. So I'm gonna just try to grin and bear. Because when you listen to people who've been hurt, as a child, you hear their stories. What do they say? They say stuff like, as a child, they say stuff like, well, they had threatened to hurt them, but I knew if I would have told my mama was gonna hurt them. You know what I'm saying? So children be knowing exactly, where things fit in at or where things are going. Okay. But they know that things are going to be persistent. Like your children end up trying to protect you so that they won't get lost in the shuffle. They know if you get caught, beating the brakes off somebody or taking somebody out, they're going to end up with that person anyway, especially if it's a parent mistreating them. And a lot of times, everything isn't brought to our attention. Why? Because your kids have to get their rite of passage too. Everything's not brought to their attention. But I feel like I'm just getting the energy here that there may be a child that no longer loves, with the Ace of Cups in reverse, the person that you may be co-parenting with. The child may not love them anymore. They may be planning to run away. And then some of you have a child where it's kind of like you're doing different things are going on, but a lot of things aren't. Look, the fool at the bottom. And like I said, the fool is planned movement. Some people give these unjustified ass rules of the fool. The fool is planned movement. That's a knapsack on the back of the fool's on the fool's shoulder. You are planning to make a move, and is that a flower? That's a flower in his hand. Planting a seed somewhere else. Some people won't leave. They don't see, like they don't hear the nudges. Spirit is telling you it's time to go. You need to move. You need to leave. You need to, get up out this situation. They're not going to tell you everything, because Spirit also knows that you still got a little damn fool in you that you're going to cut up. You're not going to handle this right. But a lot of you have been nudged to move, and you haven't moved. Have been nudged to let go of some things, and you have not. And then we wonder why sometimes things just don't move according to the plan or what we thought the plan was. Or why I couldn't complete this goal. That's not a goal. That wasn't a real goal for you. A lot of people are trying to complete 3D goals, like trying to confirm and do things in the natural that you're not supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be working spiritual work. Have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse here. Like some of you are supposed to come off your job, have enough money saved up, and to move. I'm also hearing some of this money that has come about, with this stimulus and things of this nature. A lot of you were supposed to make plans on moving and didn't move. I was supposed to make the plans and didn't move. What's at the bottom now? The Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Some of you is going to be like, you're in more of a hole than what you were in the position that you're in. Some of you didn't put the 2 weeks notice in. You may have, how you go in, you meditate, and then that idea come in where you got that clear, honest communication. It came in, but you didn't, and it sound good at the time. Everything's good. I'm going to make plans. I'm going to do this. Blah, blah, blah. You got the plan, you got the strategy, and then like 2 or 3 days later, it's a no-go. Things happen. And we just kind of just keep pushing. We keep moving. And then some people are making plans to leave you. And you don't see it. They're making plans to take what you have. The things that you work for. The Seven Pentacles in reverse. Taking just some things just not going to go as planned because we didn't take heed. The Seven of Wands in reverse. Some of you know about some deceptive energy. Okay, let me back up a little bit. Because this sounds like somebody that got out of a relationship. The relationship was very detrimental. Trying to give this person the benefit of the doubt. I don't see the justice here, but I believe somebody didn't want to take somebody to court because you didn't want to hurt them. But whatever that person did to you, they're doing it to your children. The children aren't telling it because they know you probably just gonna go fucking bananas. Well, but who wouldn't, right? But I believe they're doing it to the children. Whatever they did, it's like it's just they're doing it to the children too. So like if you was in an abusive relationship and you left, but the person still has like visitation or custody of the kids, whatever the reason you left for, they're doing it too. They're doing it to the kids. And a lot of you have gotten the nudge, the urge to move, to leave that area, and you won't do it. You just think that's not. But you're looking at your freedom. That's that self-sabotaging I was talking about earlier. A lot of people don't accept their freedom. Just because you're not in the house with them anymore doesn't mean that person is not a monster. Or because you didn't want to take them to court and get them locked up for what they did to you, you thought it ended with you. See, that's what I was talking about earlier. And not even just that. What reading was that? We are responsible. We are responsible for other people. That's that walking through growth. We're responsible. If we went through it with them, we're responsible to let someone know that this is capable of happening to you too. Just because you're out in the clear doesn't mean everybody else is. Some things are dressed up as one thing. They may be dressed up and happy and have on their favorite outfit. But what is that outfit covering? Bruises? Marks? The hurt? The shame? Some people are bold and they know they put fear in you. They know they put fear in you and you won't do nothing about it. Won't do nothing about it. Because you thought it was over when you left. It wasn't over. It was just getting started. And then you didn't take them to court. You didn't expose them. You didn't expose the monster in them. Somebody's going through this. Somebody is trying to hide the deceptive energy here. This is the Seven of Wands in reverse. The deceptive energy of knowing what they do, but you thinking that it stopped with you. This is not a beat you up reading if this is what you went through. This is a reading for you to understand you didn't lock the beast up. You didn't lock the beast up. I just want you all to understand where it is that you're really going. And I'm going to put these cards back. We're going to pull some more to get some more energy. Because a lot of you are dealing with things and you're not really seeing the bigger picture. You're not seeing the bigger picture. Let's see the bigger picture. Give me the bigger picture for the next set, Creator. Give me some energy for the next set. Let's see the bigger picture. Pull me in some energy that you want me to discuss. Now, there's an Emperor here we're about to discuss. Sitting up, prestige, honor. What about this Emperor, Creator? What do you want to say about the Emperor? You have the Ace of Swords here, the truth. The truth is about to come out. Ace of Swords here turned over. What's at the bottom? The Page of Pentacles. Okay, so somebody have something that... Okay, so let's say... I guess it's about kids today. Because I'm feeling like there's somebody who... the truth is going to come out about an emperor. Somebody that may have a lot of kids around, or they're very friendly. They deal with the kids. They move around and about with the kids. But there are people that are dealing with the kids. Or there's a group. There's a truth about to come out about a group that you may know about. But you may have had this inkling already, is what I'm hearing. You may have had an inkling that this group, they make offerings up for kids, or the kids come by. Come on, let's get some more energy here. This is the Page of Pentacles at the bottom with the Ace of Swords that just came out. So let's get the energy here of what just came out here in reverse is the Knight of Swords. So let's say somebody comes in and say, hey, we're going to take little such and such we're taking the kids to the movies. This person is lying. You get your kids ready, or your child, and you send them with this group. Tell me about this messenger that came in with lies and deception. Tell me about this Knight of Swords. This Knight of Swords is youthful themselves. You have the Four of Swords. Some of them have been made to hush. Now this must be about to hit the fan, that some people are involved that you wasn't expecting. And I believe that the truth is about to come out. Tell me about this truth, Creator. Okay, so quite a few just turned over here. Let's see what's going on. You have the Page of Cups in reverse. Some of these people, you watch your anger. You watch how you feel, because some of these people are going to try to bring the worst out in you. And they're going to be unapologetic. But that's because they want to make you look bad so that you won't fare well. You have the Strength in reverse. You have the Three of Wands. You have the Seven of Swords, the Queen of Wands, and the Ace of Cups in reverse. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. My bad. This Strength in reverse. Okay, so some of you may have let your children go with someone and somebody didn't make it back home. Or they said that the child was riding with somebody else, but something happened. Something happened where you were waiting, but somebody got away with something with the Seven of Swords. You were waiting for someone to come home. And you are a single parent, so you couldn't leave the rest to go look for that one. But this is through somebody that you trusted. So this person may have offered you some money, but this money was hush money. But it wasn't called hush money, of course. This money came in, and it was more so on a level of
I just came in for some water.
It was more so on a level of that deceptive energy and not really knowing. How some people take advantage of the time frame. See, a lot of times people plan things and they plan things at a time that they know you're not available. So like if you have a few kids, not saying that's a good or a bad thing, just saying if you have a few kids, they know that you won't be able to move around like if you just had one. Or if they take that one and they come home a little later and you're believing them, but this child, see, it's the same thing. Like I just did off the last energy. The children know not to tell you certain things because they know you're going to go off, right? And even though we may say, if you need to talk, come talk to me. And it's not funny, but you know how you tell them that, but they know darn well that you gonna flip the script. So I feel like this energy here, somebody is getting caught up because somebody here, it may be even threatened to take the legacy with the Ten of Pentacles here, with Temperance in reverse, the Hierophant, and the King of Cups. Now, somebody may be making an emotional plea about what went on. Like I said, if this is resonating with you, you may need to get a reading on your personal messages, because I'm doing tarot along with whatever they're telling me here as far as what's going on. So I'm going to shuffle in and see what other energy we pull out here, just to get a few different scenarios in, just so somebody can get, or you all can get like a different get an idea of what's going on with your kids. Like I said, I just feel like people have things going on with their kids, and our kids are trying to protect us, from other people. So they think. But, and we try to make the decisions to where, okay, I trust them. I'm a part of this group. This could be church. This could be a little youth group with with your job. This could be part of one of the little youth programs, that after school programs, whatever, or somebody in the neighborhood, in the community that deals with the youth. They have things going on. Excuse me. We have the Wheel of Fortune at the bottom here. So there's some forward movement here. Some of you, I feel like, are about to move. You are about to move. And that child is really excited. Pay attention to that, because what was going on here that you're ready to move. You know, they may have had some things going on that they couldn't get out of, and now that you're moving, they're free. See, our kids go through too, especially if you are you're moving in purpose, you're working your purpose, your gifts, you're doing these types of things. There are other things that are going on with you, and your kids are elevating too. You can't stop their growth. They don't start growing at 18. They grow while you grow. That's why it's like, man, I can't believe they that smart. The knowledge that you have when you give birth to your child, that child has that knowledge too. They're in that essence, in that knowing. So that's why, like, your first child may be kind of a little erratic. You might be all over the place. That's because you probably was all over the place. And then as you mature, your kids get wiser. The more kids you have, and then as you get older, they get wiser. It's a whole other ball game. So what we're dealing with right now, the predators, the child predators, are using the same lies. If you tell your mom, if you tell your dad, if you tell them what's going on, they're going to get hurt. They're going to go to jail. It's going to make like something's going to go wrong with them. But the smartness that comes along with you working purpose, it has them outthink. They think outside the box, outside the normal box of a regular 3D child. If you are just about the 3D, you're not really growing. Your kids are just going to be on that same level. But you should be able to see the growth in your kids as you move forward, as you move in excellence of spirit realm, of spiritual matters. Here's the Six of Cups here in reverse. Now, some of you, your kids are being targeted by somebody that you pissed off. This is Six of Cups in reverse. This is somebody in your family, in the line of love. Let me put it like that. I'm going to say in the line of love. That could be a friend of me, somebody that used to be real good friends with, and they're just kind of now, y'all are speaking terms, but they're not really showing you their real hand. That's what the Six of Cups is in reverse. It's somebody that could have fell in the realm of love at one point, and they're not that anymore. Okay, like, we're done. A lot of you have healed past the hurt that this person brought in. For some of you, I brought this up earlier when I was just speaking. I wouldn't pull cards earlier in the earlier reading, but I'm pulling them now. But this reminds me of the energy of the bully. You know how you have some people, they want to misuse, mistreat, or they want to make you feel bad about your good things. Or they'll call you and say, like, let's say like you bless somebody, and then they call you and talk about you and try to make you feel stupid. Like, don't nobody want your blessing, but I didn't even bless you. I blessed somebody else. What are you talking about? And people try to bully you, but because you stood up for yourself, they come for you. This is the energy that I feel like. You didn't bow down. You didn't cause me any hurt. I just know I don't trust you no more. I feel like somebody wanted to use their age or just their status in the family and come up against you, and you didn't fold. I don't know who that's resonating with, but I feel like this is somebody who didn't fold. Give me something else about this Six of Cup energy in reverse, creator. What is it that you want me to tell the collective? Okay, so quite a few came out here. Here's the Ace of Pentacles, the Queen of Swords, the Seven of Pentacles in reverse, and the Nine of Swords in reverse. Now, let me tell you something. You know how you get riled up? I feel like somebody got riled up. I feel like this may have been somebody at one point that was acting like they were on your side. But there's some people, like I said, depending on the entities they entertain, they do things to keep you bothered, frustrated, or try to, right? I feel like this offering here of like calling you, trying to tell you what you're going to do, or making sure you got a message of deception here. This person here, This person here is pretending to be cool, but they're targeting your kids. That's the bottom line here. This is somebody that's targeting your kids. Could be an air sign, but it may not have to be. But I feel like they are plotting and planning to target your kids, to get your kids. Because, see, this is the energy that I have been seeing in the last 6 months. I feel like a lot of people, and people pray. We pray for our kids. But see, especially over here in America, okay? I know I have other people that's not from America. But in America, we really pray for ourselves. We pray for our kids, but we don't cover them the way we cover ourselves. And people don't realize that the attack is on the child, on your children. They're coming in like basically to tear up what you've built, or trying to give them sweet whispers and stuff when you're not looking here with the Nine of Swords in reverse here. Like, you know what? You didn't receive what I had to say, so let me see what else I can get away with. Okay, and you're not dealing with me. You don't trust me, so I'm going to see what I can get away with and come up against you without hesitation, without you seeing me. You know, your enemies come in through the disguise of, hey, how are you? You know I love you, right? But they really have hatred for you because they couldn't overthrow you. They couldn't make you bow. You know, somebody call you about your business. You got the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Somebody, it may even be plotting on your some of you may have had a recent come up, and they're plotting on that. Look at that, the Ten of Wands. Those of you that have been struggling in the past, and then it was like, okay, the bondages are working, things of that nature. A lot of you have come out of that. They want you to go back into that energy. They want you to go back into what's what. One just came out hidden, the devil. See? They are in disguise right now, trying to get you to the point of believing what they say and what they do. If you need a what to look out for reading, definitely get with me. Everything's in the description box below. We're going to pull up some more energy. I'm shuffling these back in. We're going to pull up some more energy of what's next, what's going on here. I just feel like a lot of you may have some questions about people, places, things, entities. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, like I said, we grow up. This is a whole nother era. This is a whole nother ball game. We've grown up in a different era, you know, than our children. You know what I'm saying? Our children is another generation. Now, some of you may have had children young, and your children may still be a part of your generation, but still understand the knowledge that's going on now. That's why certain kids get picked. One, because of the purpose, but two, you got to understand the knowledge and who's more impressionable from other people. Like some of the kids may not like this one person, but then this one child may like the person because what that child is purposed to go through this. But how long they go through is based off the parent or the guardian, the person who is actually spiritually inclined. Some people go through all their life and they never even pick up on who they are, what they're supposed to be doing, why they're going through this. They never pick it up until when they're grown and they can make their own decision on where to go. We're going to talk about a Three of Wands in reverse now. Some things that never came into fruition. Some things that you waited for look like over 3 years. You waited for some things to come about. Let's see what this is. Look, the King of Swords. Somebody that had the prestige, the honor, the dignity. Somebody even could have said we were going to do this and do that if they testify. Let's see what happened. Tell me about this King of Swords, creator. You have the Sun in reverse here and the Three of Wands at the bottom still. I'm going to go ahead and shuffle this in, and let's see what comes out. Tell me about the King of Swords in reverse, creator. What do you want the collective to know? Okay, so you have the Four of Swords here. See, some things were put to rest. Somebody may have been killed And no real oh, they don't want me to talk about this. No real justice came about. You didn't get justice. Or you didn't get the protection that they promised you. This here is coming up. Some of you may have sleepless nights. Some of you are really stressed out. Bottom of the deck is the Wheel of Fortune. Things stop moving. The Wheel of Fortune in reverse. They stop moving. Some of you have not been the same. I haven't lost a child. I haven't lost a child to say what that feeling is. But the people that I know, a lot of them stop moving. They don't really. When my brother passed away, my mother still cried every day, and she just recently passed away, but she had been crying for the last 13 years. She still cried every day. I feel like there's an energy here where somebody didn't get what was told to them. If somebody promised your child protection for testifying, because that's what I feel like, your child wasn't protected and you didn't get what was promised to you. But I feel like it was because of the help that they gave. And the thing what I've noticed about trauma, the hurt, the pain, we don't really go to next level because we're still clouded with the hurt. And it's hard to heal when you don't even know where to start at. You know, a lot of you all are on this walk, this journey, and you haven't healed. And you're trying, but it's not working out. You know, and if you really need to get with me on a private consultation, or just email me about what's really going on so that we can go to the next level. There's just so much more that needs to come out. What else do you have here about this King of Swords and this Four of Swords? This came out turned down. This is the Ten of Wands. Some of you are carrying burdens and no one knows. No one knows that you are going through mentally. No one knows that you are still crying at night. A lot of you are carrying this burden that somebody did not do their part. And some of you don't want to tell people because you feel like it's my fault. I shouldn't have never even allowed it. So why would I tell people for them to tell me that I told you not to let them do that? Some of you are holding a lot of burdens. It's time to release so that you can get the justice. That's the thing about it. I brought this up before. Like I said, I do believe the Bible has a lot of good knowledge. Now, I don't live by it, but I believe the parables and the things that go on is good knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm watching them back up, make sure they don't back up into me. But I really believe that parable, not even the parable, it talks about Revelation, where it talks about how there's an area where there's a throne, and people, and it's a throne where people have been slain. And so they're all up in this throne. They're all up under the chairs, like the people are just waiting for vengeance. And somebody said, "How long, my Lord, before you avenge my death?" You got to understand when vengeance comes in, or how you get vengeance. Vengeance only comes in through releasing. If you never release, you never get vengeance. What is releasing? Releasing is letting go and understanding that you're not in control. Some people let guilt and shame take them out when it's not even your battle like that. I know it's easier said than done, because there are a lot of people that die with grief. every day. Because grief causes the pain, the ailment that comes in with grief can cause heart attack, stroke, depression, and many other things, right? Different ailments in the body, things start shutting down because the mental capacity starts to shut down. These are swords here with a wands. Intensively carrying these burdens. Know they carrying a burden. Won't talk to anybody. What's at the bottom here? The Six of Cups in reverse. Some of you, this could be a spouse. This could be someone that trusted the King of Swords and it brought in death. For some of you, this could have been a situation where someone had company and the company killed someone that was just visiting. Didn't even happen from the homeowner or the person that owned the place or what have you. But I feel like some justice didn't come in like it was promised. And somebody just carrying a burden because they feel like they're shamed because they didn't figure out what they were supposed to do. Or they didn't go along with the plan. Or the plan didn't go as planned and somebody may have given you harsh words. I just want to find out more about this King of Swords here. Or what is it that you want them to know? The Death card just flipped over. I do believe someone has passed away. And I believe that you didn't get the justice that was needed. The Hermit in reverse. Could be a Virgo here going through this. And then somebody just hasn't been the same since. They just haven't been the same since the death. But death changes us all, right? Whether it's a physical death, spiritual death. It changes us. Some people just never shake back. And especially with a child that has, and I had mentioned this a couple of months back. There are a lot of people dealing with curses in the lineage that wasn't put on by them, but their children are victims of the curse. If you don't get past life readings, if you don't find out what's really in your lineage, you have things that'll go on that you really just don't understand. Some people, kids are sacrificed. Let me get a clarifier for the death, please. What is it? The Eight of Pentacles in reverse. Now, some people, your rites of passage come in and you don't even go to the next level. You stop right there. You stop. There's no more. There's so much more to be had. Some people get the bad news and then they hate everybody that didn't get the bad news. Everybody can't get the bad news. Because everybody can't conquer and slay like you're supposed to. That's why these gifts, knowing your gifts and your talents are very important. Because your gifts and your talents open your eyes to your rites of passage. Why do I have telepathy? Because I need to be able to strategize and plan against the enemy. Who are my enemies? The ones that actually put me through my detriment as a child, as an adolescent. The person that slain my family and I survived. You have to understand the actual coming in and dealing with the truth of who you are. Some people, like they said, many are called, but few are chosen. A lot of people don't make it past this death. A lot of people stop. I can only speak on my own mother firsthand. She just was never the same after my brother passed away. Never. Every conversation was it's up in the air if we're gonna get into it or not. And this was like that with everybody. She just was not happy about what happened. Who would be, right? But shaking back is a must. Because because you need it. Your experience is needed to help others. The experience is needed. You know, like I say, I know that's a heavy mantle to me, to be able to have to help other people that experience a loss like you experienced of a child. I don't have that mantle. That's just not. That's something that I can't relate to. But I feel like somebody here gave up everything when their child passed. And my condolences go out to you. But your source, your creator, is calling you to come on. Let me show you how to heal so that we can get them back. See, we tie God's hands. We tie your source's hands. We tie the creator's hands from help when we steady dealing with it. We dealing with it. That 10 of Wands. I ain't dropped now one. Every thought I have, everything I think about, I got it. I'm not letting anything drop. I'm just gonna. It's heavy on me. It's like wearing steel boots to work. I'm gonna go to work with these boots on every day. And some of you just need prayers. Everything is in the description box. If you just need to email me first to see what you think you need, get with me. I'm gonna shuffle this in, and we're gonna tap out on some new energy here. I think I'm gonna use a psychic tarot this time. Let's see what's going down. I stopped shuffling with the Queen of Pentacles on that deck, but I'm going to shuffle in the psychic tarot right quick. Let's see what comes out of this deck here. But I just hope that you all are doing great as far as moving forward, moving past these things. Like I said, some of this energy is you don't want to talk about it. This is that taboo stuff, the stuff you don't want to bring up hurt and pain. You would rather just laugh it off, right? Things can get to be real hectic, you know, if we're not paying attention. Things can be real hectic with where to go and what we're doing and how we're getting there. But I just hope that you all stay encouraged regardless of what's being said, what's being done, you know, what it looked like, what they want it to look like, you know. And the thing is about your enemies, especially the ones that your family, the ones that are in your energy, they're in your mix, you know. And then I'm even talking about your kids' family. You know what I'm saying? You know, of course, you're not related to them, but them people knew you at one point. You was hanging out with them at one point. Whether it was always a standoffish thing, you do know them. And you have to understand how people will still be harnessing the energy that they knew of you and trying to make that real. I noticed when I talk to a certain family member, and I know that she does witchcraft on me. So because you don't discuss witchcraft. You don't discuss the war. That don't stop it. You know what I'm saying? All that does is make it where that gives them something in their conversation to put that edge on about the craziness. You know, they're going to tell somebody that they know is under spell work too, under illusions, and don't see them for who they are. They'll have them that just feels that fire. You don't worry about that. You tear their butt off the frame in the spirit realm. People do spells to have you lose your hearing, your vision, the different ailments of health, you know, based off your consumptions, when people know what your favorite foods are. And I discussed this before, but I just hope that you all are like being very aware of changing up your diet. Stop doing the same things you've been doing, you know, at least until you can, you know, pray off some of these curses. At the bottom is shadow in reverse, 18 breaking down to a 9. I mean wisdom. Why did I say? I did say shadow. Okay, what is really going on with me? The wisdom that you know, don't forget. Don't let anybody have it. It's gonna be my last one here. Then I may be back on this maybe this evening, later on tonight. You have 5 obstacles and challenges, and then you have sacral chakra too. See, the what people do is come up against your confidence. They come up against the belief in yourself. Or if I come up against them, everybody gonna hate me. Or everybody believe that that little old woman wouldn't do that, but on the cool, she is the head of the game. A lot of you are dealing with false wisdom. And maybe that's why I said with the shadow in reverse, I said wisdom. A lot of you are dealing with false wisdom. And that false wisdom comes in with, the blatant truth. Like, I'm going to be cordial with you and I know you fake. I know you don't like me. I'm okay with that. But I'm not going to feel sorry for you, and I know it's time for us to go to war. I'm still finna go all out with my gifts. I have to. Do not get caught up in making something an obstacle that you know you could tear the frame off. Just whoop it and keep going, because you got other battles coming, or even in your midst right now. Do not feel sorry for somebody that has no compassion for you. Just because they showing you a smile don't mean they got your back. Don't mean they for you. Don't mean that they're going to work with you. None of that. Because what that is, this shakes your confidence. The sacral chakra, you need to, that's the confidence. Some of you need to find some meditation music on the sacral chakra. Because your confidence is being affected by maybe some trauma you have gone through that you haven't gotten rid of, or you haven't dealt with personally. You got to deal with the sacral chakra. You need to get the confidence up to battle. If you feel like they're going to whoop you, you're not going to win. And you probably ain't going to show up to fight. You got to have that confidence to work that gift, make it pop, and do what it do. You need confidence. You have awareness here. One, a lot of you know this. A lot of you know you're struggling with some things. And I feel like a lot of this may have something to do with like the fear that somebody may have put you in behind the confrontations of the past. You have the waiting game too. Things are not going to get better. They are not going to change. And how you view a person, I remember a guy told me one time, I thought we was making the same plans at one point. And then we was talking, and at first it was all good on whatever we was talking about, the subject, and maybe like a year had passed. And then we brought it up again. And then he said, everything, what he say? I just don't feel the same way about everything that you think about. And I said, but I thought you was okay with that. And he was like, nah, not really. And then I didn't know later I found out that basically the dark magic that he did, it didn't go with what we was talking about. And I didn't know he did dark magic. So it was like, that's why he didn't feel the same way. Because what? On the back end, I do some shit that go against that. I just ain't told you. Now, before I knew how deep I was into it, I agreed to it. And then when it came back up, he didn't agree to it anymore. So we have to really pay attention to where we're really going and who we're going there with. A lot can happen in a year, right? He elevated in his craft. Just because he did dark magic didn't mean that he wasn't doing his purpose. He was doing his purpose. I just didn't know to what extent he did his purpose. I didn't know. Prosperity begins in the reverse here, a 1. See, the level of commitment that you put into something is changing. You don't see it through the same eyes anymore. It's time for a newness. It's time. But how far will you go? How far will you set yourself apart? How far? The things that we go through, that's why I was saying the energy was heavy on about kids. I really feel like, understand, the attack is not on you anymore because they know you're going to fight. It's on the kids. I realize how the spirit realm, a lot of you realize how the spirit realm help you too, because I was looking at how a older relative was trying to um, entice one of my kids. They knew what they were doing, and I didn't even have an idea. I just came through and saw, and by the time I had started talking, but I didn't even know what they was doing until I was like, oh shit, I shouldn't have said nothing, so I can stump a mud hole in his ass. And by the time I said something, it was over with because they just came right on. But they was trying to get something, he was trying to get something started. Didn't nobody but the creator or the ancestors protect him. They were protecting me too, but I was finna tear him off the frame. I ain't got time for that. We finna go and handle you up. But I feel like a lot of you are maybe in question about some things that maybe have transpired, and you're not really sure if that's what you saw. That's what you saw. It's in your legacy. It's in your lineage. Your lineage. It's what you saw. And if for some of you, you're dealing with younger relatives that's enticing the kids, it's what you saw. So I just want to encourage you all to move forward, move past the things that that the enemy is trying to entice you into, trying to put perversion on you or around you. Creator, I come to you and I thank you for the collective. I thank you for a mindset of change. I speak that they continue to move in growth and understand who they are and work purpose on a level of truth and moving beyond the lies and the deception. Not to the point that they entertain them, but that they move beyond them and grow. Selah. Y'all have a good one. Definitely get with me if you need a personal consultation. If you need to talk about anything, get with me. You know what I'm saying? Just email me at neena10rose@gmail.com. But it's in the description box as well. Or if you just want to purchase a reading, a clairvoyant reading, they're $55. And then the rest of the readings are $65. Or you can get 2 readings for $90. So, which is a good deal as well. So, with that, just let me know what's what, and we'll go from there. And we'll see what's up. Y'all have a good one. Y'all have a great evening. I hope y'all enjoyed y'all holiday, and I will talk to y'all soon. Namaste.